There are cars that make history, and then there are cars that become history. The 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am isn't just another modern performance car. It's the rebirth of an American myth, a phoenix rising not from the ashes of failure, but from 2 decades of silence, roaring back to reclaim its throne. For years, the Firebird name was nothing more than a memory, a poster fading on garage walls, a sound that lived only in car shows and old movies. But now that memory has been reborn in flesh, metal, and fire. And it's not here to look back. It's here to burn forward. Hook. The legend ignites. Again, you press the ignition, and the world holds its breath. The new Firebird doesn't just start, it erupts. A deep, raspy growl fills the air, the kind of sound that feels almost outlawed in today's quiet, electric world. The hood scoops tremble, the Phoenix logo glows faintly under the garage lights, and for a second, it's 1977 all over again. But this isn't your father's Trans Am. This is the 2026 rebirth, carbon fiber panels, adaptive suspension, 700 plus horsepower, and a mission to prove that muscle cars can still dominate in a digital age. So buckle in, because this isn't just a car review, it's a story of fire, fury, and redemption. Introduction. The resurrection of a legend. For nearly 20 years, the Pontiac Firebird has lived in whispers, its spirit kept alive by collectors, fans and dreamers who refused to let it die. When GM pulled the plug on Pontiac back in 2010, the Firebird's fate seemed sealed forever. But some legends are too powerful to stay buried. Fast forward to 2026, and a small, passionate team of designers and engineers, many of whom grew up obsessed with the original, decided to bring it back. Backed by GM's latest performance platform, they didn't just recreate history, they reinvented it. The result? A car that looks like it was forged from nostalgia and forged for war. The 2026 Firebird Trans Am wears its legacy proudly. That classic long hood, that split grille, those bold, flared fenders. But every line, every curve, every vent is sharper, smarter, and more aggressive. This isn't a copy, it's evolution, the kind that gives goosebumps. Rising action, power, presence, and purpose under the hood lies the heart of the beast. A 6.2-liter supercharged V8 producing 740 horsepower and 690 lb-ft of torque. It's mated to either an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic or, for the diehards, a proper 6-speed manual. Because no reborn legend should forget its roots. And when you hit the gas, it's not instant torque like an EV. It's a build-up, a surge, a violent wave that pins you back in your seat. It's mechanical, raw, alive, like the car itself is daring you to push harder. The suspension has been completely reworked, adaptive magneto-rheological dampers that adjust hundreds of times per second. On smooth highways, it's buttery, comfortable, refined. But switch to track mode, and it stiffens, sharpens, and crouches low, like a predator waiting to pounce. The design? A perfect blend of classic attitude and modern aggression. The hood scoops breathe real air. The LED headlights mimic the fiery eyes of the original. And that iconic screaming chicken logo, now backlit in amber, stretches across a carbon fiber hood that looks like it's carved from molten metal. Inside, you're greeted by a cockpit that feels equal parts retro and futuristic. There's leather, the real kind, aluminum switchgear with tactile clicks, a digital cluster framed in brushed metal that animates into a glowing phoenix when you start it up. The center console isn't cluttered with distractions, it's driver-focused, intuitive, and built for connection. The seats hug you just tight enough to remind you this isn't a luxury cruiser. It's a machine built for performance, but refined enough to make you forget you're sitting on 740 horsepower. And the sound system? Forget that. The real soundtrack comes from the exhaust. Every rev, every downshift, every pop and crackle feels like a pulse, reminding you that you're driving something truly alive. Climax, the drive that changes everything. Now picture this. It's dawn. The air is crisp, and the sky is painted orange and gold. You're sitting at the base of a mountain pass with one goal. Let the Firebird spread its wings. You tap the throttle. The V8 bellows. The car launches, and suddenly, the world becomes a blur of sound and wind. The grip from the performance tires holds tight as you carve through turns that would make lesser cars squirm. The steering feels beautifully analog, weighty, communicative, and alive. Every corner becomes a conversation between you and the car. The Firebird doesn't just respond, it anticipates. It's like it knows where you're going before you even turn the wheel. Then you hit a long straight. The speed climbs, 60, 80, 100, and the horizon rushes toward you like a wave. But the car feels steady, solid, unshakable. The exhaust screams, the supercharger whines, and for that fleeting moment, you feel something most modern cars have forgotten how to deliver: freedom. This is where emotion meets engineering, where the Firebird stops being a car and becomes a feeling. It's the thrill of the open road, the defiance of time, the celebration of noise in a world that's gone quiet. Falling action, the balance of old and new. But here's the part that truly surprises you. When you slow down, when you leave the canyons and return to the city, the Trans Am doesn't lose its magic. It just transforms. In comfort mode, the ride is composed, even gentle. The cabin quiets down, the engine softens its tone, and suddenly this wild, rebellious machine feels like a grand tourer. The leather interior cocoons you, the ambient lighting glows warm, and you realize this isn't just a weekend toy. It's a daily companion, if you're brave enough to handle it. And that's what makes the new Firebird special. It doesn't just chase nostalgia, it builds a bridge between generations, between raw passion and refined engineering, between memory and motion, resolution and impact, the verdict. So here's the truth. The 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am isn't trying to compete with supercars or electric hypermachines. It's here to remind the world what soul feels like. It's loud, it's raw, it's imperfect, and that's what makes it perfect. This car is for the believers, the ones who never stopped hoping Pontiac would rise again. For those who want more than just horsepower, they want heritage. For the generation that grew up loving cars, and for the new one discovering what passion sounds like in 2026. Starting around $110,000, the new Firebird isn't cheap. But you're not buying specs, you're buying spirit. You're buying the feeling of being part of something bigger, a revival of American muscle that refuses to be silenced. And that's what this car stands for: rebellion, emotion, and the refusal to fade quietly. If you've ever looked at a car and felt your pulse race, this is your moment. If you still believe legends deserve to live, hit that like button. And if you want to join a community that celebrates real driving, real sound, and real passion, subscribe, because we're keeping the fire alive, one legend at a time. The 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, it's not just back. It's immortal, and every time it roars, it reminds us the fire never really died. It was just waiting.